Imagine for the 5 years or 6 that I lived with my husband before our wedding, we were not having fights. And after our wedding, that's when now the devil came, you know, alikuja na mpaka ma ancestors wake. We had to separate. We separated like for 2 years.
Praise God, I'm Pastor Mike Wisdom from Miracle Life Assembly, Garden of Faith. And today I'm accompanied by my wife.
It's Delphine Favor. I'm a mother, I'm a wife to this handsome man of God. And I'm a businesswoman. And I want to thank God for this opportunity to be here today. This is our love story.
So we met in church as I was serving as a keyboardist, and it was during praise and worship that this wonderful, anointed, blessed woman entered the church. And for a moment, I was confused. I found myself playing off key when I saw
You saw an angel.
an angel entering. So I said, I have to pursue, overtake, and recover that which belongs to me. So that's how it all began.
Yeah, when I entered church, that day I was really thirsty. I really wanted to see God that day. So when I entered church, worship was going on. But of course, it was playing and it was right there in front. So even if you don't want to see him, you will obviously see him. So I saw this face smiling at me, and he was not playing keyboard anymore. So I was like, wow, why is he smiling? So focus yangu ikatoka kwa worship. Sasa mimi namcheki naangalia, what is his intention? Why is he smiling at me? And after some time, like after 3 Sundays like that, because at that time when he was smiling, he was actually having a girlfriend in church. So I was like, this guy is smiling at me and he's having a girlfriend. What's up? So I didn't know their relationship was not that serious, because to me I knew he's having a girlfriend. So after some time is when now I heard that he was no longer with the girlfriend, and now he was after me. And when he approached me, I said yes, because my prayer was God to bless me with a tall, handsome man.
Wow.
And that's exactly who he is, tall, dark, and handsome. So I did not hesitate to say no. I said yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. What happened after we met, she joined the worship team, and I said this is a powerful opportunity because we'll be together most of the time. During practices, I'll get to see her. And it started one evening we were practicing, and now on our way home, I decided to escort her to the stage. So between where we were and the stage, this is why I prophesied. This is why I decided to throw some few stones here and there. And I thank God it entered well. Just the same way David used one stone to kill Goliath. The same thing happened to me. And I thank God she accepted. We dated for like 6 months, and then I introduced her to my parents. My dad was a pastor, my mom also. So I took her, and I remember my dad telling me one thing. I hope this time this one is serious. And I said, yeah, very serious. And I introduced her, though it was not smooth. There were oppositions here and there, but God helped us. And the family accepted her, and we began our journey.
I remember when he took me to his parents for introduction. Bishop Okinda, my late father-in-law, may his soul rest in peace, he really liked me. Like when I entered the sitting room like this and I found him seated there, he just started smiling like he had known me all his life. So he smiled at me, and before he went to be with the Lord, he always told me, I'm so proud of you. You are my best daughter-in-law. And that really encouraged me. You know, having a father-in-law who loves me like that really encouraged me. And I said, the most important thing is to have people who love you. So I did not hesitate. I think I told him, let's take it to the next step. So when he was ready, I also took him to my parents. And to date, he's still my mom's best son-in-law. I have sisters, I have older sisters. But when I call my mom, or when we are at home with him, my mom always prefers to him as, you know, his best. And I thank God for that. And of course, we have had challenges here and there with the in-laws from both sides. But God has helped us because of the love we share. They try to come and fight, but wanaona hii upendo, hii mapenzi is too tight. Mpaka they just have to surrender, you know, and wanatupeanga tu hiyo space tuendelee na maisha yetu because of the love we have for each other. Yeah.
So we decided to take it to another level, just the way she has said it. And even her, she introduced me to his family. Though there were oppositions here and there, because I used to work with the brother
Before we knew
each other.
Yes.
So the brother was like, no, don't.
I know Mike.
I know
don't
Mike.
Do that.
You know, judging a book
Yeah.
without reading the contents. So it happened in my case that way. But thank God she never gave up on me. And I remember the brother, we were not in good terms. He didn't even want to see me, but I thank God today we are best of friends.
Yeah.
And we decided to organize for meeting the parents. And now we went to their place. I talked to my dad and we went to appreciate her, their parents. Token of appreciation for giving birth to this wonderful anointed woman for me.
Yes.
Yeah.
For you.
So I went with my dad and some of the pastors in our church, and we appreciated the parents. They gave us their blessings, though I didn't have money for the wedding
Yes.
that time. So we decided to move in together and started living together with our parents' blessings as we organized for the wedding.
When we started living together with our parents, with the blessing from our parents, we didn't have money. My husband did not have a job that time, so we were really struggling financially. So we just started living together. But as Christians, because we were so dedicated we were serving God in church. So to our spiritual parents that time, it was not good for them. They were encouraging us every day that we should do a white wedding. So for the love we had for each other, we said, fine, we have our parents' blessings, we have done the introduction part, and they have given us a go-ahead, so why not? So that's when now we relocated to Nairobi. My husband got a job in Nairobi, so we relocated. And when we came, we were still not sure about the job, so we hustled kiasi. My husband was hustling here and there, and with our daughter, we were really struggling. But God came through, because even at that point, we never stopped serving God. We were still always in church. He's on the keyboard, me, I'm there in the praise and worship. We are serving God. So a point of our turning point came when we met our spiritual dad now, Reverend Joseph Matko, when we joined his church, Miracle Life Assembly. And he went deep. He wanted to know the foundation of our marriage. And we were open to him. We told him, we did the introduction, and with the blessing of the parent, we started living together as husband and wife. So according to him, he said, you guys have a great ministry, and you just have to repair your foundation, because as Christians, we see you guys as you're cohabiting. You're not, as in, you don't have a marriage certificate, so you have to do a white wedding. So he encouraged us, and you know, after living together for like 5 years, now in 2016 is when now we did our wonderful, wonderful wedding. God helped us, and it was a beautiful wedding. Yeah.
So before that, before she said we came to Nairobi, and I remember I didn't have a job by then. I remember even her, she's the one who used to buy for me clothes. Because I used to stay with some of my friends. So we'll leave church and she will take me, there is this hotel somewhere. She would come from work and she's like, babe, where are you? So I'm like, I'm in this and this place. So she's like, let's meet in that hotel. So she would pay for my meals.
Yes.
I will take supper. She pays. Then she would give me money for transport to go to church. By those years, I was 1 GB,
Yeah,
not
it was
what I am
very
today. I was 1 GB. In fact, you'll look at me and I'm like, oh, God has spoken, I want us to. You'll be like, God forbid, it's not my portion. Because of how I looked like those days. But her, she saw something more than what people saw. Treasure.
Yeah.
So she never wrote me off. She used to pay for my bills. In fact, she's the one who used to dress me, buy for me clothes.
Yes.
Because have you been in a point whereby you have a black trouser, you've washed it until when somebody asks you, which color is this? You yourself, you cannot say the color. Because you are confused. You don't know.
Whether it's
So,
gray or
yeah,
brown.
I remember I was at that point. And even the shoe that I was putting on, you go to a church, they are torn until you put cotton. So when you are being told to kneel down, me, I will not do that. I will keep myself very busy. Yeah, because you feel even ashamed to kneel down. But I thank God. She bought me a lot of pairs. She never gave up on me. And today when we look back,
So it's God.
it's God.
Yeah, it's true, because I remember one thing I thank God for, He has given me a good heart. So I will not see someone in need and I have something and I hold it back. That's not me. That's not how God created me. If I see someone in need, so as I was doing these things, I was not doing it because he's my lover. I was doing it because I saw he had a need. and I had what he needed, so I had to give it to him. And I thank God that today, God turned it upside down. He's the one that is taking care of us today. I can stay in the house like a whole month and the bills are paid, I eat, I do everything. You know, God has blessed him so much. And what I would like to say from that is that to all ladies, you should not be materialistic. If you see a future in this guy, do not judge him by what you see at that time. He may not have anything at that time, but when you see a future in him, please hold on, because there is a great future. Me today, I sit back and the bills are paid. I don't go. I can decide not to do anything just in the house, and everything is paid for. And I just thank God for that, who gave me the grace to hold on and not to judge him by by what I was seeing that time.
I would like just to encourage some of us. Maybe you are in that situation whereby you don't have a job, you don't have a car, and you're in a relationship. Don't give up. There is hope. Because when I look back, I remember even some people telling her, have you ever had your best friend, your best friend, telling her that, don't. You are a very beautiful girl. Why do you want to frustrate yourself? Look for somebody who has money, who can take good care of you. But her, she never gave up on me. Today, those are our best friends. They envy us. Why? Because she never gave up on me. So we moved on to Nairobi as she was giving the testimony. When we reached Nairobi and we met our spiritual authority now, our father in faith, Reverend Dr. Joseph Matko, so we shared with him our lives. And he was like, it is not good to live together. You have to do a wedding to involve God. Because there are blessings that you will never get when you are living together without the blessings of God. Be faithful and serve God, and you'll see how God will change your life. So I decided to leave everything and serve. He used to pray for me, my spiritual authority by then, Reverend Dr. Joseph Matko. He used to pray for me. And he used to teach me, do this, do that, like this. I followed every step. And I thank God today we are who we are because God used him. And I was able to take care of her, and I'm even taking care of her up to today. So it has not been easy, but the grace of God has been sufficient. You know, to me it was like, I could not believe it. Because looking back where we've come from, now to a point whereby now I'm going to have her officially. Because initially it was like you are driving a government's car. It can be taken any time. Oh? It can be taken. But now, now she's going to be Mrs. Mike. I was excited. I remember my father, Dr. Reverend Joseph Matko. We were seated in the boardroom. And he was like, my son, I'm happy for you. This step that you are taking, I'm very much happy. From today, the blessings that you are going to walk in, you will not believe. And it is true. When I made that decision, God commanded. You know, like me, there's nothing I removed from my pocket for the wedding. People paid bills. People paid, supported us. And it was not a small wedding. It was a very... Imagine a wedding whereby everybody ate like a 5-star hotel. It was not just rice and, you know, Kisumu city. Those, you understand?
Fish.
Everybody, everybody.
Yes, yeah, we thank God.
God provided. God provided. And I was so excited. I remember, have you ever seen a man crying during the wedding? I cried like a baby.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
cried.
she can tell you. So she was the man, I was the woman by then.
I loved my wedding gown. Hey, it was beautiful.
Wow.
And we paid cash. There was nothing like Denny, and you know it was very expensive. And then the food, it was something. And then being that we are musicians also, the music was something. Imagine for the 5 years or 6 that I lived with my husband before our wedding, we were not having fights. And after our wedding, that's when now the devil came, you know, alikuja na mpaka ma ancestors wake. We now started fighting kwa nyumba. You know, the challenges that couples face. So we started having problems here and there. There were a lot of misunderstanding. It's like our spiritual father told us, once you make the foundations right, it's like the enemy, the devil himself was really not happy. So that time I remember we relocated to Mombasa, and our spiritual authority was not happy with that. Imagine ame to help mpaka tumefanya wedding. Then one morning we just wake up and like, we are going to Mombasa. What are you guys going to do in Mombasa? We just want to relocate, you know, change. And we went. Na venye tulifika Mombasa, hey, demons zote za huko zikatukujia huko. So at some point I remember, I'll not say everything, we had to separate. We separated like for 2 years.
2 years.
And actually there was no hope of coming back together. But I want to tell you guys, there is God in heaven. Most people who knew us, plus the wedding venye ilikuwa supu and all that, and then wanasikia tena tumeachana. It was not easy for me, especially I got so depressed and I could not believe. Yani mse wangu ameenda, you know, I cannot believe it. Aje sasa, and we have even wedded. And I cannot even talk to anyone. I can't talk to my spiritual authority because tumetoka Nairobi, hakuwa nataka, lakini sisi we just went. So hii battle tu na face tu na Mungu tu, you know, and my husband ameenda. But I want to tell people there is a God in heaven. God restored our marriage. And after restoration, sasa ndio sasa blessings zile zote shetani alikuwa amechukua ndio God akarestore. And today we are enjoying our marriage. And I want to tell every couple that in every marriage, kuna season mtakuwa na fights. You'll be fighting, you'll have misunderstandings. But the main thing is be able to forgive one another, understand each other, and always give room for reconciliation, because no one is perfect. I did my own mistakes, he did his own mistakes, and this one led to a lot of misunderstanding. Then we gave room to a third party, which I would encourage most couples. Don't give room to a third party. Number one should just be God, and then you and your partner. And if it has to be, maybe involve your because I remember we reached a point that even our best couple, they were not there for us. Hakuna mtu tunge face na challenges zetu. Sasa tu ni wewe na God, you know. And after 2 years, we were not even talking to each other on phone. Ile ya watu wanajua how wameachana. Dolphin and Mike, they are no more, you know. And when God restored my marriage, walienda chini ya maji. Until today, some of them are not even talking to us because walijua ile imeisha, you know. Wanaambia Mike, Dolphin anafanya hivi, mi pia wananifiduku, Mike is doing this. And he was in Kisumu, aliniacha Mombasa. So kulikuwa na lot of misunderstanding. But I thank God eventually alinirudisha Nairobi, and that's when my husband also came back, and God just beautified our marriage. Yeah. So I'd like to encourage guys that marriage is not a scam. It is real. People fight and people, you know, kill each other in marriage. But I want to tell you, there is always an opportunity. There is always a chance. If you give your partner that chance, it can work again. Yeah.
It works.
Yeah, it works. To the love of my life, Mike, I call you a sweet honor. Actually, you are my sweetheart.
Of course, yes.
I really love you. You are the best gift God has ever given to me. And if I was to choose again, I would choose you. I want us to grow old together and enjoy the blessings that God has given to us. You mean the world to me. You've been a wonderful husband. You've been so understanding. You've defended me, you've stood for me, and I'm just so proud to have you. You're the best thing that has ever happened to me. And I love you so much. Yeah.
To the love of my heart, Dolphin. Favor. My angel, my baby, my sweetheart. You are the best woman that God has ever given unto me. A gift from God. You've supported me. You've never given up on me. And you are a great mother and more than a friend to me. If I'm to choose again, I'll choose you.
Really?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Very sure.
Okay.
I will choose you.
Amen.
But I've done it already.
Amen.
Yeah, I've done it. So I love you so much. I really do care for you. I treasure you and I value you. And I'll make you proud.
Amen.
You are the best gift. I love you so much.